Hello! As you guys know, I will go out looking for weird things for the Wii. And I've actually found some weird ones, like Active Life Explorer. It comes with a different kind of DDR pad. It was okay. Apuna! Haven't actually had a chance to play this one yet. It's an RPG that I got for $4. And, believe it or not, a lie detecting test for the Wii. Which is just awful. I'll get to it next. But I think I've found the creme de la creme of weird things for the Wii. And that is an exercise bike. That's right. Now you can play along with your Wii and exercise. This thing takes about 15 minutes to put together, and all the tools are included, so you don't need to worry about borrowing your dad's tools or equipment. And it's fairly easy to put together. It's about 7 or 8 pieces that you have to stick together. Now, I'm not going to make you sit and watch me put this thing together. So, and here it is in all its glory. It's actually not that heavy, but it's not light either. So, it's, as you can see, it's not that heavy. Alright, what do you say we take a look at it?
On the bike itself, it has all the buttons and controls of a GameCube controller. The analog sticks in the middle, the D-pad on the left, and the buttons on the right. There are even L and R keys behind the handlebars. These buttons are not just for the game included, because there's the switch on the front that will let you use the GameCube controls exclusively if you just want to use the bike and play a non-biking game. Like Super Mario Sunshine or the Wind Waker, you can do that using the onboard controller. The bike itself has a magnetic tension system, which will make the pedals a bit harder to pedal for people who want more of a workout when they're riding it. But the worst thing about the whole bike is the seat. It's hard rubber and not comfortable at all. It was so bad that you're going to need to get off it every 5 minutes or so because it's so uncomfortable. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the game that comes with it, but it's not going to be as in-depth of a review like I usually do. Let's be honest, no one's buying this for the game. The game's more of an added bonus. There are 2 ways to play this game, either in a mode where you set the time or how many calories you want to lose, or the story mode. I'm going to focus more on the story mode since the other modes use all the levels from the story mode, only they don't end it the same way. It ends with the time or your goal runs out. The story is that someone has trashed out this island paradise that you're cycling through, and you've decided to be a great guy and pick up all the trash. That's right, you're a garbage collector, and it's just as boring as it sounds. Here's a hint to the creators of this game. Nobody wants to play as a trash collecting hippie. What's worse is the worlds that you clean up are closed off and ugly. The graphics don't look good and they're not even up to PlayStation 2 standards. The levels are broken up into 4 different kinds of sections. Regular bike riding, flying, scuba, and a mine car. With the exception of the flying stage, everything is on rails. Literally, that's true in the mine car levels. In the regular bike racing mode, you can't go exploring. It would have been great if they let you go bike around the town and find hidden areas and complete races any way you want. Unfortunately, the levels consist of you collecting trash on a set path.
One of the control issues that I really liked about this bike was that when you turn the handlebars, it turns the person on the screen. Only in the game that's included, but at least it was a cool little addition they did.
The variations on the regular biking game were a bit more interesting, but harder to control. The gyrocopter was the worst to control, as you have to pedal to operate the blades of the copter and hold down the L button to move forward. What was nice about these stages was the freedom that you have to move around the map. Unfortunately, it's just not that much fun to play. What? Is that trash floating in the air? Seriously? Then there's the sub mode, where you have to run along the set track sucking up waste that's down there. Then finally there's the mine car, which I thought was the most fun of all the games. You have to travel through the mines collecting the toxic waste that was dumped there. While the mine cars were the most fun of the group, because let's face it, mine car stages are always fun, they got kind of boring to play more than once. Plus there were multiple stages of each one of these kinds of vehicles to play. You can get unlockable items and different styles of bikes when you get good scores in the individual levels. But you won't care because most of the people who buy this will be so bored with the game they'll only play it once or twice.
So my final thought on this bike. You know, $200 is not that expensive for an exercise bike. Even though it is kind of like a cheaply made kind of... It's not like a high quality bike, but no one's expecting that. I mean, basically you're paying $200 for a bike and a game. And the game, while it does work, it's pretty boring and repetitive and ugly, and it's just collecting trash. I can't. what kind of hippie company came up with that idea? But no, not going to get off on that tangent. Do I think the bike is worth a buy? Probably not. The fact that the Wii U's coming out and it's not going to be apparently supporting GameCube controllers, well then this thing is basically going to be useless unless you want to keep your old Wii. So I think you should probably skip it. How many? This seat is just awful.